Again, the course outcome is you will be able to select pumps and compressor with respect to the process curve. Okay. So again, I am following this reference book, BG Liptek Instrument Engineers Handbook, Process Control and Optimization, Volume 2, 4th edition, CRC Press, page number from 1763 to 69. Okay, means all figures are taken from this reference. Okay, so now first a small discussion about the basics of control of compressor. I told you compressors are gas handling machines that increase gas pressure by confinement or kinetic energy conversion. Okay, so means after compression we are increasing the gas pressure. Okay, so in order to increase the gas pressure, compressor is used. I told you there are three different types of compressors: centrifugal compressor, rotary compressor, and reciprocating compressor. And this one is the region of application, means discharge pressure flow point of view. The region of application is this one. If we want a large pressure, small flow application, reciprocating compressor is used. For large discharge pressure, small flow rate. So please note, this one is the inlet flow rate, not the discharge flow rate, inlet flow rate. If the inlet flow is small and if we want a very large discharge pressure, a reciprocating compressor is used. Okay, and for almost large discharge pressure, almost large flow application, centrifugal compressor is used. So please note the position of this centrifugal compressor. This one is almost large pressure application, almost large flow application. So that is why here we are discussing about the control of centrifugal compressor. Okay, now note this rotary compressor. So rotary compressor, that one is small discharge pressure, large flow applications. Okay, then axial compressor is also used for a small means large flow, small pressure application. So normally for large pressure, large flow application, centrifugal compressor is used. Okay, now these are the different types or different methods of capacity control. Okay, if you are using centrifugal compressor, different types of control used are suction throttling, we will discuss about that, discharge throttling, almost similar to suction throttling. The only thing is we are throttling the discharge line, here we are throttling the suction line. Okay, then variable inlet gate vane, we are not discussing about these two. These two we are not going to discuss about that. We are discussing about the suction throttling, discharge throttling, then we have surge control and anti-surge control. Okay, surge control and anti-surge control along with suction throttling or discharge throttling, that we can see. Then in rotary compressor, two different controllers you can see, bypassing or speed controller if it is rotary, either speed or bypassing. And in reciprocating controller, four different types you can see normally: on-off controller, constant speed uploading, speed controller, speed control, and unloading, not uploading, unloading. Okay, so we are discussing about these two. Then along with these two, if we are to discuss about surge control and anti-surge control. Surge and anti-surge are related to the stability of compressor. Okay, that we can see later. Okay, so the selection of controller, that also depends upon a number of factors. The main factor is the process itself. Okay, how to control or how to select the method of control. It is depending primarily on the process requirement. First you have to know the process requirement, then we have to select the type of control. Two different types of control that you can see. Okay, so first one is, so two different types means, one is constant speed application or constant speed control, and second one is variable speed control. Okay, so if we are varying the speed, we already seen that in pump, if we want to reduce the speed, first we have to know the motor type, how we are driving that compressor, that we have to know. If you are using a steam turbine, gas turbine, etc., then we can change the speed by manipulating, by throttling the flow rate of that steam. by using steam we are driving a steam turbine. By using that steam turbine we are operating compressor. So in order to reduce the speed of compressor, what we can do, we can reduce the flow rate of that steam. Is it okay? So please note, the variable speed is possible if you are using a steam turbine or gas turbine, etc. If you are using an electrical motor, if you are running compressor by using an electrical motor, then normally constant speed control is used. Okay, constant speed control is used. So here we are discussing about this particular one. Okay, we are more focusing on this particular one, where we are manipulating we are controlling compressor by manipulating either the suction line or the discharge line. Okay, so this is the reason is we are running compressor. If you are running compressor, then if you are using electrical motor, so what will happen if you are varying the speed by reducing the power of electrical motor, the cost will increase. The corresponding power electronic, the driver and circuits, the cost will increase. Okay, so that's the problem. So normally if you are using electrical motor, the constant speed application is favored. Okay, so this one is the type of manipulation with respect to application. So this is compressor speed, this is compressor inlet flow. If the compressor input flow is large and the compressor speed required is small, normally steam turbine is used. For moderate application, gas turbine is used. For large compressor speed means if you want a constant speed means normally that one is a large speed application. For large speed and small inlet flow application, electrical motor or gear driven application is used. Okay, so this classification or this diagram is based on how we are driving the compressor. Okay. Okay. So these are the symbols, different symbols. This one is a symbol of centrifugal pump that we are going to discuss from this point. This one is a symbol of centrifugal pump. This one is a symbol of rotary pump. This one is a symbol of reciprocating pump. And this one is a general symbol of compressor. Sorry, not pump. This one is a symbol of centrifugal compressor. This one is a symbol of rotary compressor. This one is a symbol of reciprocating compressor, and this one is a symbol of the general symbol of compressor. Okay, so please note down this symbol and this symbol. Now you have a big challenge. Note down this diagram. This one is the curves of centrifugal compressor. You can see that these are the curves of centrifugal compressor. Okay. So please note, this one is curves of centrifugal compressor. This one is okay. Before that, this one is the system curve. We already discussed about what is system curve. If a fluid is flowing, definitely a system curve, a friction will be there. So this one is system curve. Okay. This dotted line is the efficiency curve. Okay. That one is not so important for our discussion, but please note it. Okay. And this one is a special line. This is known as surge limit. This one is a surge limit. I will tell you what is surge limit or surge point. So please note down this diagram. The y-axis is discharge pressure, x-axis is flow. So please note it. So please note, we are discussing about the centrifugal compressor. Okay, in previous slide, I asked you to note down the symbol. The symbol is something similar to this one. Okay, so this one is a centrifugal compressor, and here you can see motor also, to drive this centrifugal compressor. Here you have inlet line, here you have the discharge line. Okay, so this one is a suction line, this left side, and this one is a discharge line. Okay, So now, I told you in different way we can control the capacity of centrifugal compressor either by throttling the suction line or by throttling the discharge line. We can control the capacity of centrifugal compressor. Okay. So before that, we have to know the compressor curve. This one is a relationship of or the compressor curve is based on this relationship. Okay. So here you can see a number of variables. Tau means torque, omega means angular speed of rotation, torque provided by this way, that one is tau, omega is the corresponding angular speed, okay. W is the mass flow rate, okay. Ti is the temperature of inlet line, this one is the inlet line, suction line, and the temperature of corresponding fluid, that is Ti. PD is the discharge pressure, this one is PD, okay. Then Pi is the suction pressure or inlet pressure, so this is Pi. These are the parameters. So if you are going through this thing, so you can see a function. Function means this one is a nonlinear relationship. In reference book, you can see the exact function, but that one is not noted here because that is not important for our discussion. But please note this one is a nonlinear relationship. Means here the most important one is PD and omega. Sorry, W. PD and W are the most important one. So this is W and this is PD. So that curve is shown here. So if you are drawing discharge pressure versus W, we have to assume that all other variables are constant. So here we assume that Ti is constant, Pi is constant, omega is constant, tau is constant. Okay. So based on that, this one is drawn. So this one is the curve corresponding to a particular Pi, Ti, tau and omega. This curve. Okay. So please note that this PD is depending upon all these factors, where PD is depending upon Pi linearly as per this expression. If you are increasing Pi, definitely PD will increase. If you are decreasing Pi, definitely PD will decrease. Because for a particular compressor, this ratio is constant. For a particular compressor at a particular flow rate, this PD by Pi is constant. Okay. So now, why I am saying that? If you are moving, if you are shifting all other elements to this side, except PD and Pi, in some situation we have to take logarithm, in some situation we have to take exponential, whatever it is the case. If you are keeping PD and Pi to one side, and if you are shifting all other elements to another side, then PD by Pi is the compressor ratio. And that compressor ratio is depending upon a number of factors, including flow rate. So corresponding to a particular flow rate, compressor ratio is constant. So based on that point, if you are increasing Pi, definitely PD will increase. Okay. So please note, if all other factors are constant, then PD is directly proportional to Pi. What about other factors? Here you can see that if you are increasing speed, and torque, definitely PD will increase, right? Am I correct? If you are increasing speed of rotation or torque, then directly it will increase, but that one is not a linear relationship, that one is a non-linear relationship due to this function. And that one is inversely related to the flow rate. Means if you are increasing flow rate, definitely discharge pressure will drop. So you can see a decreasing discharge pressure with respect to the increase of flow rate. I told you this one is a non-linear function. Okay. So this is applicable from a particular point. You can see that up to a particular flow rate, discharge pressure is increasing. Then from that point, discharge pressure is decreasing with respect to the increase of flow rate. So the point at which the discharge pressure started to decrease is known as the surge point. So this point is known as the surge point. This one is known as the surge point. Surge point means stable region. So the point at which the compressor is becoming stable is known as the surge point. Means from this point onwards, the compressor is stable. Why I am saying a stable region? If discharge pressure is increasing with respect to flow rate, or in reverse, if flow is increasing with respect to the discharge pressure, actually what is happening? Here we can say the flow is reversed. Instead of achieving flow from this point to output side, the flow is reversed, means the flow will go back to the inlet side. The gas will flow back to the inlet side, means the vibration of compressor will start. Why? Compressor is trying to push the gas to the discharge line, but the flow is reversed. So compressor is trying to, the energy or the power given to the compressor is used to oppose that reverse force. So definitely vibration will start. It is known as the unstable region. So please note here in this particular, so if you are taking first curve, this one is the maximum flow, the maximum means the peak of this curve. Up to this peak the slope is positive, from this point the slope is negative. The point from which the slope is negative is known as the stable region or the surge region, and that corresponding point is known as the surge point. Okay, so please note this one is a surge point. What about the curve 2? I told you if Pi is constant, PD is proportional to W. So curve 2 means if you are varying Pi, what will happen? If you are varying Pi, you can see that if you are decreasing Pi, definitely PD will decrease. So this PD shifted to downward if you are varying Pi. So here curve 1, curve 2, curve 3 are the discharge pressure or the compressor curve with respect to different Pi. This is different Pi. Okay. So same thing will happen if you are changing omega and tau also. Same thing will occur if you are varying omega and t. Is it okay, all of you? So please note in this particular diagram, curve 1, curve 2, curve 3 are associated with different Pi. Okay. So what is happening to curve 2 and curve 3? You can see that for curve 2, this one is a surge point. Why? After the surge point, we have negative slope, means we have stable region. We can transport fluid from this point to next point. Then for curve 3, this one is the surge point, means from this point onwards we have stable region. So if you are drawing a curve through this surge point, then the corresponding line or corresponding curve is known as the surge curve or surge line or surge limit. So the curve through the surge point is known as surge limit or surge curve. Okay, so this curve is known as the surge limit or surge curve. Okay, so please note the curve through the surge points of different compressor curve is known as the surge limit or surge line. So this surge line is very important. If you are operating a compressor, the compressor must be operated right to the surge limit. That is very important. Otherwise, compressor will become unstable. Slowly vibration will start, and that is sufficient to break the system. Okay.